Today, we're test driving the all-new Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid, and we're going to do a fuel economy test to see how well it performs. As you can see right now, we have a full tank of fuel, and on this full tank, our fuel range is expected to be 559 kilometers before we run completely out of fuel. You'll also notice we have our trip meters currently on the screen, and they read 0. We're going to be driving this over the week and see how many kilometers we complete, and after that, we'll head to the gas station to see how much it costs to fill up, so stay tuned. We just spent the week testing the Corolla Cross Hybrid and have some numbers here we'd like to share with you. As you can see, we've driven a total of 462 kilometers, or 287 miles, and have a remaining fuel range of 147 kilometers. I haven't had the air conditioning or the heating on at all, but have had the sound system on the whole time. Also worth noting is we spent about 60% of our driving in the city and 40% on the highway, just to give you an idea of how I got the numbers that I did. You'll notice we're at the fuel station, and we're going to fill it back up, and based on that, we'll do some calculations to see how well it performed. As you can see, we spent $37 to fill up 26 liters of fuel at a fuel cost of $1.42 per liter. In Detroit, at a fuel cost of $3 per gallon, this works out to $21 US for 7 gallons of fuel. As you just saw, we spent $37 to fill up 26 liters of fuel at a fuel cost of $1.42 per liter. Also worth noting is the Corolla Cross Hybrid's fuel tank capacity is 40 liters, or 10.5 gallons. First, let's calculate our distance per liter, and we'll do that by taking our distance driven and dividing it by the number of liters we filled up. So, 462 kilometers divided by 26 liters gives us 18 kilometers per liter, or 42 miles per gallon. That means every liter of fuel will give us 18 kilometers of driving, every gallon of fuel will give us 42 miles of driving, and every 5.6 liters of fuel will give us 100 kilometers of driving. Now, let's calculate our actual real-world driving range, and we'll do that by taking the 18 kilometers per liter and multiplying it by our fuel tank capacity of 40 liters. So, 18 kilometers per liter multiplied by 40 liters gives us 720 kilometers. That means on a full tank of fuel, you can expect 720 kilometers, or 447 miles of driving. Now, let's calculate our cost per kilometer, and we'll do that by taking the total cost of our fill-up and dividing it by the kilometers that we drove. So, $37 divided by 462 kilometers gives us 8 cents per kilometer. That means every kilometer costs us 8 cents. Now, let's calculate our cost per mile, and we'll do that by taking the total cost of our fill-up and dividing it by the miles that we drove. So, $21 divided by 287 miles gives us 7.3 cents per mile. That means every mile costs us 7.3 cents. Finally, let's calculate our cost of a full tank. First, let's do it for Toronto, Canada, where the fuel price is $1.42 per liter. So, $1.42 per liter multiplied by 40 liters gives us $57 Canadian. That means a full tank of fuel, if you were to fill up in Toronto, Canada, would cost you $57. Now, let's cross the border into Detroit, USA, where the fuel price is $3 per gallon. So, $3 per gallon multiplied by 10.5 gallons gives us $31.50 US. That means a full tank of fuel, if you were to fill up in Detroit, USA, would cost you $31.50. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our channel for more great fuel economy content. If you're looking for real-world fuel economy figures for similar SUVs, we have fuel economy reviews on the Honda HR-V, Mazda CX-30, Hyundai Kona, Chevrolet Trax, and the Kia Seltos. You can watch those videos on our YouTube channel.